I'm the natural person, I'm the living man. For the record, my name is Thomas Styron II. It is not the name you have attached to this case. Me, I believe that's it's a state created entity, Your Honor. And I'm not, me being a living person. I don't. My name is in proper punctuation. I don't have a all caps name. So this is under the assumption that you guys have personal jurisdiction and subject matter jurisdiction over me, right?
Yes.
All right, buckle up, everyone, because what you're about to hear is one of the most painfully clueless, sovereign citizen performances I've seen in a long time. This guy, Thomas Styron II, or as he calls himself, the living man, the natural person, walks into court and tries to convince the judge that the person listed in his case doesn't actually exist. Yeah, you heard that right. He starts off strong. I'm the living...
Good morning. 14B District Court is now in session. This is Magistrate Hillary Braley presiding. Okay, and I need you unmuted at the jail. There we go. Can I have your name, please?
For the record, my name is Thomas Styron II. I'm the natural person, I'm the living man. How we doing today, Miss Braley?
We are upright, if nothing else. So, okay. And you said your name is Thomas Styron.
The second.
The second.
And then I'm the natural person, the living man.
Okay, thank you for your patience there. We had a little bit of a kerfuffle. So,
No problem.
Recalling case number 19S00472, that is the state of Michigan versus Thomas Ulrich Styron, the second, you said, and also calling 24W001025, that is the township of Ypsilanti, also versus Thomas Ulrich Styron. So state your name for the record.
So, for the record, my name is Thomas Styron II. It is not the name you have attached to this case is not me. I believe it's a state created entity, Your Honor. And I'm not, me being a living person. I don't. Yeah, I don't. My name is in proper punctuation. I don't have a all caps name nor.
Okay, I'm going to cut you off right there.
Man, not the corporate fiction. Like he's cracked the secret code of the universe. Meanwhile, the judge is just sitting there, holding back laughter, probably wondering how many YouTube conspiracy videos this man has been watching. Now, the court starts rolling, and Magistrate Hillary Braley, cool, calm, professional, asks him to confirm his name for the record. And here we go again. My name is Thomas Styron II, the living man, not the all-caps version of my name. And you can see the judge.
Okay.
I don't have no. Sorry, I don't have no contracts with the state of Michigan at all. Period. And so I was wondering about personal jurisdiction, subject matter jurisdiction in regards to this.
Okay, and you can continue to wonder about those at the moment. What I am doing, you have a show cause hearing on the matter ending in 472, which is the retail fraud charge. I'm showing a balance of $210 on that. And then what you're being arraigned on, that is what I am here to explain the charge against you, is a citation issued on April 2nd, 2024 at 9:24 in the evening. That charges that you operated a motor vehicle on North Ford Boulevard at or near Russell Street with no license on your person. Do you comprehend the charge against you?
I do not. I don't even own a license. I canceled my license years ago.
Okay. So, what you are being charged with is operating a motor vehicle without having a license on your person. So, I'm not asking if you agree with this. I'm not asking if you have a license. I'm asking if you understand the words coming out of my mouth as far as what this charge is.
The charge is accused me of not having a driver's license on my person, correct?
Correct.
Well, from my understanding, I I need a driver's license if I'm in commerce. I was I was traveling home.
Okay.
I wasn't doing business at all. And also from my understanding, I don't need a license to do that.
And your overstanding is incorrect, sir. But we are not going to get into that.
Just mentally sigh. Because here's the thing. This is the exact same no jurisdiction nonsense every sovereign citizen tries to pull. They think that if they just say, I'm not that name, they somehow teleport out of the legal system. Spoiler alert, it doesn't work that way. She tries to keep it civil. Even a little witty saying, we're upright, if nothing else. And I swear, you can tell she's already bracing herself for whatever this guy is about to unload next. Then he drops it again. I don't have an all-caps name, Your Honor. That's a state-created entity. At that point, I half expected the judge to say, Sir, did you major in YouTube University? Because honestly, this guy sounds like he's mixing legal terms with pure fantasy. Now she calmly reads the charges, retail fraud, and operating a vehicle without a license. And Thomas, in full sovereign mode, goes, I don't even own a license. I canceled it years ago.
For now, you are saying that you have understood the words as far as not having a license on your person. It is a misdemeanor charge with a maximum penalty of up to 93 days in jail, a $500 fine with court costs, or both.
So this is under the assumption that you guys have personal jurisdiction and subject matter jurisdiction over me, right?
Yes.
So
at this time, the court is going to set a pre-trial date for you. That will be before Judge Washington.
Ma'am, can we prove the jurisdiction first before we go ahead with setting a trial for that entity or a pre-trial for that entity?
I hear you. And at this point, you are appearing in front of the court. You have put your name on the record. And yes, we are setting a pre-trial date for you.
I did put my name on the record, and my name that I put on the record is not the same name that you have attached to that case.
And you can provide documentation of such at your pre-trial date, which is going to be June 26th.
So the documentation that I have published, recorded the documentation I have published and recorded on the record, on the state of Michigan record, that says what I just told you, that I'm not who you have, that I'm not the name you have attached to that case, that's I need to bring that with me, is what you're saying? It being already recorded and on the state of Michigan records. Is that good enough?
Whatever documentation you have, bring it with you to your pre-trial date. That is what I am telling you, yes. So, and again, that court date, June 26th? Okay, will be June 26th at 9 a.m. before Judge Washington. The court will enter that you are standing mute to all charges at this time.
So we're just assuming jurisdiction though, correct?
Yes.
From my understanding, that has to be proved before we even proceed with anything else. Am I wrong?
You are not correct. The court will also set a personal recognizance bond in this matter. Basically, you are promising to show up for that June 24th court date at 9 a.m. over Zoom before Judge Washington, where you will have your pretrial. Okay, so at this point, your hearings are concluded. You are free to stand up and tell the jail that you are finished.
So I need to be there under threat, duress, coercion of going to jail?
I was traveling, not driving. Oh man, you could hear the face palm through the screen. Because the judge literally just told him he's being charged for driving without a license, and he proudly admits he doesn't even have one. That's like telling the cop, "Yeah, I robbed the store, but only because I was borrowing the money." He's standing there, calm but clueless, talking about personal jurisdiction and subject man jurisdiction, like he's cracked some ancient courtroom spell. Meanwhile, the judge, probably one more sentence away from rolling her eyes, just says, "You can continue to wonder about those." That was her polite way of saying, "Sir, please stop talking before I lose brain cells, and you know what?" She handles it perfectly. Respectful, composed, not letting him drag her into that nonsense rabbit hole. Because once you start debating sovereign logic, you're stuck for hours in circles that make zero sense. But trust me, this hearing gets even more ridiculous, because what he says next makes the judge just about lose her patience. So at this point, the judge is trying to move on, just doing her job, explaining the charges like any normal court proceeding. But Thomas? Oh no, he's still deep in his fantasy world. He keeps interrupting, talking about personal jurisdiction, subject man jurisdiction, words he clearly doesn't even understand. You can tell the judge's patience is wearing thin. She's like, "Sir, I've already told you the charge. I've already told you the fine. I've already told you the date. What more do you want?" And yet he keeps going. He says, "Well, that's under the assumption that you have jurisdiction over me." And she just hits him with a calm but deadly, "Yes." No debate, no lecture, just a solid yes. Like, "We're not doing this today." "Now here's where it gets funny," he asks. "Can we prove jurisdiction first before we go ahead?" And she just says, "You can bring your documentation to your pretrial date." Translation: "Sir, if you want to keep pretending you're not you, do it somewhere else." At this point, Thomas is panicking. He starts rambling about documents recorded on the state record, claiming it proves he's not the person charged. And the judge, still cool as ice, just says, "Bring that with you to your pre-trial date." You can tell she's handled these people before. No shouting, no arguing, just keeping the train on the tracks while this guy tries to derail it with legal gibberish. Then she drops the schedule. June 26th, 9 a.m. Pre-trial before Judge Washington. And Thomas, bless his heart, is still confused. He goes, "So, we're assuming jurisdiction though, correct?" And the judge just says, "Yes, that's it." No patience left. You can almost hear her mentally packing her briefcase like, "Wait, we're done here." And then, this part kills me, he tries one last move. "So I have to be there under threat, duress, coercion, or go to jail?" Buddy, yes, that's literally how the justice system works. You break the law, you go to court. It's not a conspiracy. It's accountability. Now, to her credit, the judge handled this whole thing beautifully. She didn't get angry, she didn't shout, she just let him hang himself with his own words. She was firm, respectful, and even a little sassy. The perfect combo for dealing with a sovereign citizen who thinks YouTube comments are a law degree. And honestly, this right here shows why some judges deserve more credit than they get. It takes serious restraint not to laugh when someone tells you, "I'm not the name on the paper." She stayed calm, professional, and just shut it down with grace. By the end, she releases him with instructions to appear in court over Zoom, and that's when I lost it. Zoom court for sovereign citizens might be the funniest invention of the 21st century. You've got people arguing about fake laws while sitting in their bedrooms with "Live, Laugh, Love" signs behind them. It's courtroom comedy at its finest. But hey, credit where it's due. Thomas didn't scream, didn't curse, didn't threaten. He was polite, even respectful, just hopelessly misguided. And sometimes that's what makes these moments so fascinating, watching someone confidently wrong, while a judge sits there holding the entire legal system together with one deep breath at a time. So yeah, shout out to Magistrate Briley for handling this circus with calm professionalism and just the right amount of sass. And as always, if you enjoy watching these courtroom showdowns where reality slaps delusion right in the face, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more. Because trust me, this was just one sovereign citizen. And there are plenty more out there, still waiting to learn the hard way that the law doesn't care about your overstanding.